All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to one more presentation of the Delaware River Festival. My name is Noyuda Souza. I am the Environmental Education Program Director at UrbanPromise. And today we're going to present a virtual paddle on the Cooper River. This video was filmed by the RiverGuides. This program is part of the high school at UrbanPromise. And today, actually, we have one of the river guides with us. His name is Jason. He's going to introduce to you guys real quick. And then after he has introduced himself, we're going to play the virtual paddle video for you to see. So, hi, Jason.
Hello, I'm Jason. I was a river guy. I'm a 10th grader.
All right, yes, and Jason studies at UPA, which is the Urban Promise Academy. So yes, now we can play our video. All right, we're having a little bit of problems with the audio, and we're gonna try to restart the video again, and this time with audio. This virtual paddle was developed by the RiverGuides, a program that has employed 4 to 8 Camden youth as Cooper River guides since summer 2016. During the summer, the students collected videos and pictures from the paddles and edited a mini documentary of their experience. The paddle trip starts on land with a safety briefing. River guides explain the safety measures that should be adopted on the water for a safe trip. Starting with personal flotation devices, life jackets must be worn at all times. River guides check whether all participants have their life jackets put on properly and tied enough. Paddles should be the right size, which is approximately the length from the ground to your armpit. They also assist participants find the right paddle and identify its parts. A basic stroke demonstration, which includes a forward, reverse, J, and draw strokes, is also given. Getting in and out of a canoe is also explained. It's important to stay low and never stand in a canoe. While on the river, it's also important to behave properly. Any waste should be held in the canoe until the end of the paddle. Respect wildlife and pay attention to signs and safety warnings. Lastly, although we have a motor rescue boat, river guides are also trained on T-rescues. In this case, a canoe that is afloat rescues a capsized canoe.
So this is the Cooper River. The Cooper River in total is around 16 miles long. The headwaters are in Gibbsboro and empties into the Delaware River, which flows out to the Atlantic Ocean. The Cooper River is actually named after William Cooper, who acquired the land in 1682.
Kaighn Avenue Dam. The Camden County Parks Commission constructed a current dam and tied a gate across the Cooper River in 1938. The tied gate creates the Cooper River Lead. It also controls tidal flow up and down river to maintain constant Cooper Lake water levels for rowing and other boating activities. A fish ladder was later added to allow herring to swim upstream to spawn. They can't jump the ladder, allows the fish to migrate, and is driven by what scientists believe to be in the fish's sense of smell.
Pyne Park was once the site of a beautiful city park, where the brick pavilion offered shade and a vendor sold ice cream. City engineer Levi Farnham designed the park. The park includes a lake surrounded by a bank to maintain the water level. In 1972, Hurricane Agnes destroyed the banks around the lake, causing the island and surrounding land to flood. Pyne Park is now almost entirely underwater. During low tide, the area becomes mudflats, but you can still see the beautiful ruins.
During our paddle, you'll find different types of birds, for those birds being the great blue heron, the double-crested cormorant, the great egret, and maybe even bald eagles. The great blue heron is the most important one that I have mentioned because they are sensitive to pollution. So if you find one or more, it means we have healthy waterways, so yay!
Gateway Park was built along Admiral Wilson Boulevard by the Delaware River Port Authority in 2000. It was initially meant to provide a scenic view for those traveling from New Jersey to Philadelphia for the Republican National Convention. The green space replaced what had been a string of strip clubs and motels along the boulevard. After the convention, the park was to be transferred to Camden County, but that never happened. Throughout the years, pieces of the park were turned over to Camden County Municipal Utilities Authority and the New Jersey Conservation Foundation. The park officially opened in March 2019 after nearly 20 years.
The Bear Boulevard Bridge was originally built in 1903, and the bridge serves as a critical connection in the city from the north to the south, and it is marked as a historical landmark.
So this picture that you see right here is what used to be the Camden swimming pool. So this is what it looks like now. In 1929, the Camden County Park Commission decided it would develop a county park within the city of Camden. The new park opened on Memorial Day in May 1931. The county designated the pools in the new Camden Park for whites and constructed a swimming facility in South Camden for people of color. Less than 30 years later, the Park Commission filled in the pool.
This is Campbell's Soup. Before this was known as Campbell's Soup, it was known as Camden Iron Works, which started in 1866 and ran all the way until 1917. But it didn't stop casting iron then. It went all the way up until 1952, which is when the land was bought out by Campbell's Soup. During that time, the land was used as research labs and test kitchens, and this is also the world headquarters. Before Campbell's Soup, they used to dump their tomato soup into the water, and that would make the water very acidic and not good at all for the fish and the wildlife.
As a follow-up from my dear friend DJ, we don't do pilot tours, we do things called water quality testing. What's that, you may ask? Well, it's where we take samples from the river and we test them for pH, dissolved oxygen, pollutants, and temperature. We do these tests to see how basic and or acidic the water is, and also make estimates on how little fishies and other inhabitants survive.
Federal Street Bridge, old incinerator. During the early 1700s, the Cooper River had a ferry to transport people to Mount Holly and other northern towns. In 1762, the bridge was constructed to make travel easier. The bridge was also destroyed during the American War for Independence in 1778 to prevent the British from passing to Philadelphia. The bridge was later rebuilt in the early 1900s. The city had the bridge pinned shut due to the lack of river traffic. Incinerator no longer exists today. It was later used to burn trash.
This is State Street Bridge. This is a swing span bridge that used to open for river ferry traffic. Instead of lifting upwards like a drawbridge, it swung to the side. In July 2013, the Camden County Board of Chosen Freeholders completed a project to construct a fixed replacement bridge, including relocating the historic 1899 Warren Though Truss Center Pivot Bridge to the south, thereby eliminating its original function as a swing span movable bridge to accommodate river traffic.
Raymond Hill Waterfront Park. This used to be known as Harrison Ave Landfill. This old landfill site is right next to the Croc Center. It is currently being cleaned up, will be turned into Raymond Hill Waterfront Park, and will include trails, a lookout with a great view of Philadelphia skyline, and a boat launch. It will be finished in 2021.
Next is Barnegat Lightship. Barnegat Lightship was built in 1904 by New York Shipbuilding. The New York Shipbuilding was placed in Camden because there was a lack of space in New York. And they built over 500 boats for the U.S. Coast Guard, Navy, Marines, etc. The Barnegat was used in World War II to inspect incoming ships down the Delaware to make sure that they weren't carrying anything dangerous or lethal. If they passed the inspection, they were allowed to proceed going down the Delaware. The Barnegat now sits in Pyne Poynt Bay, and this is how it looks now in the year 2020.
Once prime fishing and hunting grounds. The Lenni Lenape Native Americans. Petty's Island is a naturally preserved island. It is home to water migro, a rare plant found in the Delaware River. Petty's Island is currently in the process of being restored as a natural preserve used by the public. Lenni Lenape means original people.
These are some environmental issues that impact the Cooper River. One environmental issue is pollution. We have point source pollution. An example would be the discharge from manufacturing plants into the Cooper River. The largest point source we have on the Cooper is our outdated combined sewer system. Our sewage pipes and combined with storm water pipes. And when it rains, the extra sewage and rain mix is discharged into the river. Non-point source pollution is harder to clean up since we cannot easily point to the source of pollution. Examples are erosion, runoff from city streets, and chemical runoff from people upstream.
Before the passage of the Federal Clean Water Act, the Cooper River was heavily polluted, but it has come a long way. In April 2020, the state's Department of Environmental Protection upgraded its designation to Category 1, making it the first urban waterway with such stringent safeguards in place. However, the combined sewage overflows, for example, are still a source of pollution. We will continue performing water quality assessments to make sure it offers exceptional ecological and recreational significance.
All right, so this was our virtual paddle video. We're now open to questions, so you can just type in any questions you have in the comments. So while we wait for some questions to come up, let me just give you a little bit of background in this program. UrbanPromise is a nonprofit that has a K-8 school. It also has a high school after-school programs. And my office, the office that I'm part of is the Office of Experiential Learning. And personally, I am in charge of the environmental education department. And one of the programs of that department is the RiverGuides program. So I see here, how can someone become a part of this program? So normally we employ about 8 students every year. Normally the students are from our high school, and also we present public paddles. So the goal of this program is to train the students to become river guides so they can take people on paddles on the Cooper River. So yeah, I think if you want to be part of the program, or do you like you want to be a river guide, or you're asking how you can go on public paddles? So yeah, these are two different things. JCL can tell us, a river guide. Yeah, so our RiverGuides program is open to the students of our high school. Yes, and normally they're from either 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th grade. JCL can tell us a little bit about how he found out about this program.
Um, I'm from UPA, which is UrbanPromise. I go there. I'm a 10th grader, sophomore. I worked there this summer. It's a good experience, and yeah.
Yeah, so, but how did you hear about the program? Like, it was already known by you, your friend, you knew somebody that was part of it?
This program was told to me by someone who used to be our environmental science person that is no longer in the school no more, because they went I think it was to Delaware to work for some other thing. She was the one who told me and came to me and told me if I was interested on learning how to do this and be a part of the program and what the program is about. And yeah.
All right. Yeah, they're asking here, what was your favorite part of the program?
My favorite part of the program was paddling the Cooper River, making bonds with like other people that came along, and I taught how to paddle and introducing them to new things.
Yeah, this summer, unfortunately, we cancel our public paddles because of COVID-19. So this video experience was a way of us to show what we normally do. We did have some excursions with the street leaders group, also from UrbanPromise. So we took them out of the river, but those were the only public paddles that we did. And basically our program this summer was, affected by COVID-19. So yeah, we had to make the program a little shorter than it normally is. And, we would do health screenings on everybody. And then basically we just adapted the program. So I see here another question. Where do you get those beautiful wooden boats? JCL, want to tell us a little bit about that?
Some of these boats are made at a boat shop, and at the boat shop they're made by students, which is like, well, regularly during the school year. If it wasn't because of COVID, it will be elective, and you will go to the boat shop and make the boat and test the boat on the water yourself as a student.
Yeah. Oh, are you planning for community paddles in the future? Yes, we are. So if you go on our website, UrbanTrekkers.org, you can see when we'll have any events and public paddles. Hopefully next year we'll be able to return with those paddle events for the public. But yes, we have that in mind. It's just this year we couldn't do it because of COVID, but next year hopefully we'll be able to do that. All right. Is there any other questions? If I would like to volunteer, how can I do that? So basically you can email any of us in our team, and then we can redirect you to the department in which you'd like to volunteer. You can volunteer at Urban Boatworks. You can volunteer, just coming and helping us drive the safety boat. And there's like many opportunities that you can volunteer at. So basically just send us an email. maybe I can ask Amy, the presenter, to put my email on the website, on the Delaware event website, and then you can contact me from there, and then we can, direct you to the right person, right? Yeah, so I think that's the end of our presentation. Yes. Oh, thank you. Is there anything you'd like to say, J-Sal, before we go?
No.
All right. Yeah, so I'm just gonna answer that one last question, and then we'll say goodbye. Do you guys connect with other states? Is there some sort of the same program for every state in the US? Would you guys know? Yes, so UrbanPromise has branches, different chapters in different states. What you can do is go on our website and check if your state has one of sorry, I'm reading here the comments. If UrbanPromise has a chapter in your region, and then maybe they can also do those types of, paddle trips and things like that. All right, so thank you all for watching us today. If you have any questions, just email. My email is, yes, I think Amy, the organizer of the event, put the email. And if you have any questions, just send me an email. Our website, again, is UrbanTrekkers.org. You can find all of our contact information over there. And yes, thank you all for watching. And I see you on the next one. Bye-bye.